I put a spell on you. And now you're mine. You can't stop the things I do. I ain't lying. Hello, little screamers. And welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I am Knackle if you are new here. If not, you're returning. Thank you. Thank you for coming back. Here we talk all about horror, and at the end we create looks. But we are doing it different this video, and this is the look. Yeah. Please say hi to Pharrell Williams' spooky sister. This has got to be the biggest hat ever. Just sits on your head, and this is the shop. That's it. You're welcome. Bye-bye now. This video will be uploaded on the weekend of Halloween, so happy Halloween! It is the best, the greatest, most wonderful time of the year. Frosty the Snowman can go suck it. Except Olaf, he does have a warm spot in my heart. So him and Sam can just chill out and I'll be happy. So in this video, we are doing the top 5 horror musical movies. For all of you who just love to break out in song and dance. And also, there are about 4 or 5 movies that I will be talking briefly about that are on my TBW list, my to be watch list. So, without further ado, let's get on with the show as I bewitch you to watch musical horror. That was actually a really weird cackle. Alright, lovelies. First, we have Jinko, the Genetic Opera. This movie is it's in the mid-21st century. An epidemic of organ failures leads to the rise of Jinko, a company providing transplants at a great price. Those who miss their payments, I got real southern there for a minute, my bad, become targets of Jinko, mercenaries who repossess the organs. In a world of drug addiction and legalized murder, a sheltered youth, Alex Vega, seeks a cure for her rare disease as well as information about her family's mysterious history. Her questions are answered at the Genetic Opera. It was released November 7th, 2008, directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, music by Darren Smith, with a budget of $8.5 million. And the box office was $188,126. Oof. But this movie stars Paul Sorvino, Paris Hilton, the wonderful Nathan Head, and from Spy Kids and Lava Girl, if I'm not mistaken, Alexa Penavega. Oh, and Sarah Brightman. Her vocals just, yeah, love them. She had one of the best looks in the entire movie. And of course you have that 30-second guest appearance of Joan Jett, which I have a crush on her. So anytime she goes on the screen, I'm there. This is definitely a fever dream. It's a mess, it's chaotic, but it's fun and it's catchy. And as I have briefly read, it's really hard to adapt an opera onto screen because the stories are usually messy unless they're actually explained beforehand, before the show actually starts. So I can't quite fully knock it because of that, but either way, this really satisfies slasher combined with a industrial, edgy steampunk, and like I said, just a beautiful voice from Sarah Brightman. Second, we have Anna and the Apocalypse. This movie is about a zombie apocalypse threatens the sleepy town of Little Haven at Christmas, forcing Anna and her friends to fight, slash, and sing their way to survival, facing the undead in a desperate race to reach their loved ones. But they soon discover that no one is safe in this new world, and with civilization falling apart around them, the only people they can truly rely on is each other. This is a twofer. This is for Christmas and for Halloween. You're welcome. So Anna and the Apocalypse was released on November 30th, 2018. Director John McFall. Since this is a European movie, I honestly don't recognize anybody who played in it, but I will say if they are actually the ones singing in the movie, they all have fantastic vocals. It was very pleasant to listen to. It was enjoyable. It was fun. The songs I think were pretty good. And I won't lie, I cried. There were some parts that was really, really heart-wrenching, and I'm a big crier. Apparently now in my adult age, it's really easy for me to. But the shit's sad, man. I will say the ending is a little meh. It was a slight letdown, but regardless of that, I think this is overall a pretty good movie. And you can find this on Tubi. Also on Tubi, you can watch the third movie. This isn't in any particular order at all, from worst to best or anything like that, but it is The Happiness of the Creters. And it was released on February 16th, not 12th, 2002, and the director was Takashi Mike. There's two I's. Mark! Sorry. Just want to sing everything now. But it's about a family who owns this resort in bumfucked Egypt, out in the middle of nowhere. They don't get a lot of guests at all, but the guests who they do have, they mysteriously die at a mountain inn run by them. Definitely oddballs. So, fearing bad publicity, the family bury the bodies of their ill-fated guests themselves. And wow. I was not ready for the opening of this movie. Honestly, I don't think I was ready for this movie at all. Because it is a wild, bizarre, definitely oddball of a ride. Of claymation, terrible filters, and weird jump cuts. However, I do like the grandpa. Most of the time he spends his time throwing a branch at this particular crow who just likes to fuck with him. He's funny. And the dancing, it is something. Entertaining to say the least. And the best number I found was actually between the husband and wife. It is just cute, it's sweet, it's fun, it's weird, but it's a tender moment, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. However, the entire time, I think every 30 minutes or less, I was just sitting on the couch looking up and saying, what the fuck? I couldn't stop saying that. I mean, that's pretty much my feelings and reaction for the whole movie right there. What the fuck? I don't think I'll ever watch this again unless I'm with a group of friends. It wasn't terrible. It was just, I don't know. I feel like I need to tell you so somebody else can watch this movie besides me. I don't know. It's weird. In the fourth one, we have the beloved and cult classic Rocky Horror Picture Show. How could this not be on the list? Starring Tim Curry, who I can't imagine anybody else doing this role. I have a video that me and Jules did a review on and looks and everything, so you can go check out that video to see how much we like it, how much we don't like it, what we love, what we didn't like. But for those who don't know what this movie is, it is where the sweethearts, Brad, who is Barry Bostwick, and Janet, Susan Sarandon, stuck with a flat tire during a storm, discover the eerie mansion of Dr. Frankenfurter, Tim Curry, aka who also did the original It, a transvestite scientist. As their innocence is lost, Brad and Janet meet a house full of wild characters, including a rocking biker, Meatloaf, and a creepy butler, Richard O'Brien. Through elaborate dances and rock songs, Frankenfurter unveils his latest creation, a muscular man named Rocky. He was beautiful, I'm just gonna say that. The oil was nice. So as I said, I'm not gonna do much on that. Just watch the video. I'll cover it all for you, even fun facts. And the fifth one, we have Little Shop of Horrors. Directed by Frank Oz. I haven't seen this since I was a kid, and I honestly need to watch it again because look at the video I'm making. It was released in December 19th, 1986, where a meek flower shop assistant, Seymour, Rick Moranis, pines for co-worker Audrey L. Green. During a total eclipse, he discovers an unusual plant he names Audrey II, which feeds only on human flesh and blood. The growing plant attracts a great deal of business for the previously struggling store after Seymour feeds Audrey's boyfriend, Orrin, played by Steve Martin, to the plant. After Orrin's accidental death, he must come up with more bodies for the increasingly bloodthirsty plant. The Venus flytrap, I'm pretty sure is what it is. From what I remember, this is just an excellent piece of cinema. The songs are great. The story itself is horror, it's comedy. It is so fun. It's just a great all-around movie. You gotta see it. I have to rewatch it. Okay, I know I said top 5, but I forgot it was actually 6. Number 6 is Sweeney Todd. This was released December 3rd, 2007, directed by Tim Burton. And it's about an evil Judge Turpin, played by Alan Rickman, lusts for the beautiful wife of a London barber, Johnny Depp, and transports him to Australia for a crime he did not commit. Returning after 15 years and calling himself Sweeney Todd, the now madman vows revenge, applying his razor to unlucky customers and shuttling the bodies down to Miss Levitt, played by Helena Bonham Carter, who uses them in her meat pie shop. Though many fall to his blade, he will not be satisfied until he slits Turpin's throat. I remember whenever this first came out, and I was surprised that Johnny Depp was singing, and I was even more surprised when I found out he actually came to LA to be a musician, not a movie star, but then Nicolas Cage got him into it and all that blah blah blah, here we are. But I was pleasantly surprised. He wasn't bad. This movie is definitely a gothic wet dream. It is a tragedy, but it is well done. I would say from what I remember, because it's been a few years since I've watched it, I remember it being a bit of a slow burn, but it comes to a satisfying climax. Definitely need to revisit it. Another one I need to revisit. So that is my top 6, not 5, my pet musicals to watch this Halloween. Now, I do have, like I said, a short list of to-be-watched horror musicals, and they are as follows. First up, we have Phantom of the Paradise. It was released on October 31st, 1974. Director Brian D. Palma, music by Paul Williams. After record producer Swan, played by Paul Williams, steals the music of songwriter Winslow Leach, played by William Finley, and gives it to one of his bands. Leach sneaks into Swan's offices. Catching Leach, Swan frames him for dealing drugs, which lands him in prison. After Leach breaks out and again attempts to sabotage Swan's empire, an accident crushes his face. Leach then dons on a costume and becomes the Phantom, intent on ruining Swan while saving singer Phoenix, who is played by Jessica Harper from A Terrible Fate. And if you know who Jessica Harper is, just guess. She is the main actor for Suspiria. And I watched a little bit of facts video on this, and if I remember correctly, whenever this came out, it was pretty much a flop. But whenever it was released in Canada, they loved it. And a critic even said it is a masterpiece. But to read a review for you, Sammy Eagleson said, "Wow, just wow. This is criminally underrated masterpiece. For fans of Gaston Leroux's, I think it's Leroux's, not Leroux's, tragically romantic novel, it holds up well as a modern iteration, but more importantly, it is a compelling story on its own. William Finley is beautifully gut-wrenching as the talented but doomed titular character. Jessica Harper shines as this ingenue who serves as the beauty to the mad artist Beast. The movie is a delightful blend of genres with show-stopping bravado mixed with an intimate look at the humanity of the characters. The subtlety and finesse is cleverly crafted around the more outlandish aspects of the film. All in all, definite A+. One De Palma's finest. It is definitely worth a watch, and I can't wait to watch it. Next up, we have The Legend of Beaver Dam. Released October 16, 2010, directed by Jerome Sable. It is a Canadian musical comedy horror short film, and it's about when a ghost story around the campfire awakens an evil monster. It's up to nerdy Danny Zigwitz to be the hero and save his fellow campers from a bloody massacre. Crank up the volume and get ready to scream along to this musical gore fest in the woods. Heads will rock and roll. Here's a review from Letterboxd. A nice short warm-up for the feature-length stage fright this year. did not know this was a warm-up for stage fright. It wasn't a bad film, but, you know, didn't make the list. Jim Drew gave this 3.5 stars. The Voluptuous Horror of #1 Bratz fan review gave this 5 stars. Probably my all-time favorite camp set short musical horror film. So next up we have Lore. So this one, out of the entire movie list, this is the one I want to see the most. It was released December 25th, 2015, directed by, I will put the name here, there's no way I'm trying to say that. So, this movie is about 2 mermaid sisters who become caught in a love triangle when they fall for the same man. And in the clips that I saw, it seems like they end up in a burlesque cabaret club and do shows along the entire journey of this film. Because, I mean, who doesn't want to watch mermaids doing burlesque? Flipping their fins about in a martini glass like Dita Von Teese. Come on! And last we have Cannibal, the musical. It was released on October 1993. It is about the sole survivor of an ill-fated mining expedition tells how his taste for gold was replaced by that of human flesh. Yummy. Directed by Trey Parker. Sounds right up my alley. Weird, singy, maybe some pickaxing dancing. Yeah, that'll warm my little heart, I think. Okie dokie, little screamers, that wraps this video up. Thank you for tuning in. Consider subscribing, then hitting that bell so you know when the next one will come out. Usually I do a video a month. If I'm feeling spunky, I might do more. But baseline is 1 a month. That's it. Nothing more. I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like there's a movie for everybody on this list. And go in the comments below and tell me if you love them, if you hated them. Drop an emoji of your favorite movie on this list. And this weekend, please have a blast, but be safe, be kind, and bewitch the world with your awesomeness. Till next time, bye-bye.